Around the nation, they're marching from LA to New York, Philadelphia to Washington, D.C.
Justice! Breonna Taylor's life mattered! Say her name! Say her name!
Protesters clashing with police in Louisville. The source of their anger?
According to Kentucky law, the use of force by Mattingly and Cosgrove was justified to protect themselves.
2 police officers escaping charges over the death of Breonna Taylor.
Somebody kicked in the door inside my girlfriend.
The 26-year-old healthcare worker shot 6 times as police stormed her home in March in search of drugs they never found.
Oh my God, free.
It feels like today, and I think it's a fact, that black lives do not matter.
A 3rd officer was charged, not over Breonna's death, but for blindly firing into a neighbour's apartment.
I understand that Miss Breonna Taylor's death has become a part of a national story.
This is why we are angry!
But we must also remember the facts.
Protesters unmoved by the investigation's finding. The police did announce themselves before storming the apartment.
Literally a dozen witnesses have testified they did not announce.
And acted in self-defense after Breonna's boyfriend fired at an officer thinking he was an intruder.
We are not waiting for justice! We are not asking for justice! We're taking it! We're demanding it! And we will be in these streets until justice is served!
We simply act on emotion or outrage. There is no justice. Mob justice is not justice. Justice sought by violence is not justice. It just becomes revenge.
But across the country, the violence escalated. Tear gas used on protesters in Atlanta, a car driven through protesters in Colorado, and in Breonna's home state of Louisville.
Right there, officer down, right there.
As they were deploying to investigate what was going on at First and Broadway, shots rang out and 2 of our officers were shot.
Both officers are stable and a suspect has been charged.
And we are thinking about those 2 officers and their families tonight. So I'm asking everybody, please, go home.
But with protests raging into the night across the country, no one's going anywhere anytime soon.
Say her name! Say her name!
Do you know what I find so disturbing about that is you look at those images and it feels like we've been watching them over and over and over. You go back to Rodney King, if you like, which was, what, early 90s?
Yeah.
And you go, what's going to break the cycle? Because this will happen again. There's going to be another murder like this and there's going to be the protests. How do we stop?
The biggest difference, though, between Rodney King and now, well, not the biggest difference, one of the differences, is that in the 90s, all New Zealanders still look to America like, yeah, I want to go there, I want to be part of Los Angeles. I know those riots are happening, but, you know, it's where Hollywood is, it's where dreams are made. But I really don't see a time, given everything that's going on there and the person that's in charge of that country at the moment, that I'm ever going to go back and be a part of that.
How is the country ever going to recover? We'll continue to cover that story. If we have any updates on what's happening in the US, we'll share them with you.